Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're going to have a discussion, but what if the rapture? So if you're interested, stay tuned, and as always I'm going to pray for you at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. So let's start off with my what if reasoning, meaning what if and what if not. Let's have a look at the rapture. Now the rapture, if there's a rapture, then it means that we're going to be taken away from this earth. So let's look at some of the positive and negative aspects. So number one, we don't have to carry on in this world as this world is currently. We are not concerned about what is going to happen here on the earth, because we are not going to be here. We are going to be in heaven. That is basically one of the main mindsets. Now, if we also look at the bad part, is there's people that's going to remain, there's people that's going to have tribulation and all of the difficult aspects. Okay, on the other hand, let's have a look at what if there isn't a rapture. Well, if there's no rapture, then it means somebody's going to have to take responsibility for this earth. Somebody's going to have to fix the mess that is currently here. Something also to think about is people need to plan for their future for 100 and 200 years. And why I say that is there's many people that said, I'm not going to have children because I don't want to bring any children into this world because of the state that the world is in. So that's also one of the reasons why population are declining, is because people don't want children anymore. So I want you to think of this, and there's a lot of more arguments, and I want you to think of it. Now, in my life, there has been certain aspects. I was in school. The first time that I really heard somebody say that in the year 2000 is going to be the end of the world, that is when the rapture is going to take place. And I thought by myself, why am I going to carry on with school? Why do I have to do my homework? Why do I have to work so hard? Because it's going to be a waste, all of the effort I'm putting in now. And that's when I started to slack in my schoolwork, and basically a lot of things in my life, I didn't care about it anymore because the planning was not past my school graduation. And that was a mess, because it's more than 20 years later, I'm still here. I had to own up to the fact that I had to do extra study work. I needed to work a lot more harder because things did not plan out the way that I thought it would be. And that impacted my life very heavily. And a lot of people, even in today, they don't plan ahead for their children's children, meaning wealth, to make sure that you've got a wealthy family, that you have solid foundations, because people don't think in the future anymore. So the bad part is people are not planning for the future. Now, also a bad thing is people are not taking responsibility for the earth. The whole of creation longs for the manifestation of the sons of God. So what then? Why would the sons need to be made manifest? I believe, number one, to bring back this world into the balance that it was created for. One of the first commandments that we receive is be fruitful and multiply. That is, and have dominion over this world. So think about that. What the impact in your own life. I don't want to go into the argument if there is a rapture or if there is not a rapture. That is basically something that started in the 1830s by, I think, John somewhat was his name. But in any way, you can have a look deeper into it. But I want you to realize that if the people that say there's a rapture is wrong, what then? And if the people say that there is no rapture is right, what then? How is it going to impact your life? And make sure you are not caught in the trap set by the enemy, so that we procrastinate, so that we don't follow through, so that we don't want to advance. Be careful for that. Father, I pray today that whether we're going to stay or whether we're going to go, it is irrelevant for now. Help us to plan for the future. If you come tomorrow, then our planning will be in vain. But if you come in 100 years, our planning means something. Help us to see and realize that the enemy has got a hand in getting people to procrastinate. Help us so that we will focus on your will, your way, and have a relationship with you. Because that's the only way we're going to know the truth, and we know that the truth will set us free. Help us, Father, that we'll fulfill your plans, not our plans on this world, that we'll stay with the blueprint that you've got for each one of us. We ask you, Father, that if we made mistakes, like me that didn't plan for my future, give me grace and help me so that the mistakes that I made will not be a burden to my children and my children's children. I pray, Father, for the generations that are still going to be on this earth, that they will be blessed. And if we have a part to play in it, help us that we'll achieve and accomplish our goals. We thank you for your love, and we thank you for your mercy. We thank you for that. In the name of Yeshua, be blessed.